What's up, everyone? I'm Alex Neff, your real estate resource. I saw an article in a real estate journal that I'd like to share with you titled, My Property Has Sustained Water Damage. Now what? I think it's a great article that every homeowner should hear about, and it's written by Martha Tears. If your property has sustained water damage, the first question is usually always, now what do I do? Instead, the first questions that you should be asking are, where did the water come from? What caused the water damage? Is the water damage covered? Do I have the right coverage? Do I have enough coverage? These are questions that hit us when water damage has occurred, and it truly pays to be prepared. The first question to address is where did the water come from? Did the property come from outside into the property? Or did the water start inside the house and move out of the structure? There are many avenues for water to sneak through, so let's examine some of them. The question of what constitutes a water claim and what constitutes a flood claim creates a great deal of confusion among the insured. Full disclaimer, I'm not an insurance agent, but this article does a great job at explaining some key details. Water claims are submitted as flood claims, and flood claims are submitted as water claims. Insureds may think, what's the difference and why should I be concerned? Well, there's a big difference between the two losses. Flood claims require their own policy, whereas water claims are covered under your hazard policy or your homeowner's policy. For example, let's say I woke up to find that a storm last night had caused water to rise and come in under my door. It was raining hard for a week, so the ground was saturated and there was already some standing water. The rain continued and there was nowhere for the water to drain, and now the entire neighborhood was flooded. Do I have flood insurance? Well, flood insurance is a separate policy. There's no coverage for flood damage under your hazard policy. Here's another example. A water pipe in the wall ruptured suddenly, and the water ran throughout several rooms in the house, causing damage. Sudden and accidental water damage is typically covered by the hazard policy. Many forms of water damage are covered by your hazard policy, which I would recommend going over with your insurance provider. What usually isn't covered by hazard is flood damage. FEMA has done a great job of mapping most of the United States by designating what the risk of flood is for every property. Conversely, it's very difficult for FEMA to keep up as construction is increasing substantially over time, especially in some areas prone to flooding due to the limitation of affordable land to build upon. As more concrete is poured, the natural ability for water to be absorbed into by the earth is compromised. Remember that a large percentage of flood damage happens in areas that are not designed or designated as special flood hazard areas. Do some research on the area where the property you're interested in is located. People in the neighborhood, Google, or your agent can be a valuable resource in this process and can help navigate the NFIP maps. According to the article, the saying in the insurance industry is if water comes through the front door or windows, it's a flood. If it starts within the house and goes out, it's a water claim and would fall under your hazard policy. Each claim stands on its own merits and normally needs to be investigated by the adjuster. So don't hesitate to submit a claim in order to investigate whether or not it's covered. Hopefully you learned a little something about the difference in insurances and what to do if there's water damage. If you feel like this was valuable, smash that subscribe button, like and comment below, and tell your friends. Feel free to reach out anytime with real estate questions because I am your real estate resource.